Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Star Series C qualifier. This is TNC taking on Execration, a best of 2 series coming your way, and I am Loomis, going to be joined by Aosin for the rest of the day here. And both of these teams still in running for the #1 place. Although I believe that Execration currently sitting at 6 points. They have won 1, drawn 3, and lost 1. They pretty much have to win every single game from this point out, which is going to be tough for them. They still have TNC and tomorrow Faceless, arguably 2 of the strongest team in the group. And they have to be perfect against both of them. So we'll see whether they could do it today, whereas TNC doing a lot better. They are 3-1, won 3, drawn 1, so they have not actually lost a single set yet. And I don't think they're going to start here with Execration. They also have a couple of strong teams left to be played, but we'll cover that a little bit later. Steven, you've been watching the C qualifier a lot. What do you think of Execration's chances here today?
I'm actually surprised. Like the situation they're currently in, I think Execration is actually a pretty strong team, but to see them, fighting for their last chance, I guess, is really surprising to me.
I mean, they're a strong team, but they're not consistently a strong team, right? Which is, I think, a lot of the issue that the C teams are facing overall.
That's true. I feel like right now, I mean, I think we've gone over this before, but Faceless is most definitely #1 in Southeast Asia right now. And I would probably give second place to TNC at the moment.
And I would say it's actually pretty close between the two.
It's really close. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna actually delve into the draft. We got Slaughter and Darkseer being picked up. We've seen this a couple of times from TNC. And what we're gonna come to expect is the mid-game wombo combo. That is the vacuum wall into the Slaughter crush. And of course, in the laning stage, they're gonna bully pretty hard as well with the Iron Shell onto the Slaughter. But I gotta say, these are probably 2 of the better supports to combat against it, at least in the laning stage. You won't be able to, we won't be bullied around too much when you have Ogre.
And once again, I mean, you never know if it's gonna be a carry Venge. Yeah, I think it's not bad here.
Were you impressed by the carry Venge that we saw yesterday?
Did they win or lose? They won, right? Yeah, they won.
It was with the Velo Timbersaw that was going Hood, Vanguard, and just tanked super hard for them.
There was quite a few of nice plays from the swapping as well. They swap into Lift and stuff like that. It's just altogether it's a really solid laning hero as a carry, especially against a Darkseer as well.
Okay. I mean, it's not maybe not plan A, but definitely could backdoor into it if need be.
And we saw it just the other day. Sam H, Godly Darkseer. Do you think it's a mistake giving it to them?
I think most teams are just straight up banning it in the first phase, right? They banned the Darkseer,
Earth Spirit.
Yeah, I think it's a mistake to give it to.
I think it is too. They're gonna run a train over them.
Arguably, it's like you could shut him down in the laning stage, but like if the lane doesn't go well, he could just jungle. And I mean, he's gonna have Slaughter in his lane, right? So the chances of the lane not going well is quite low. And he has a backup plan, so I don't know.
I actually think if they decide to tri-lane against the Slaughter Darkseer with like one more damage dealing support with Avenge, TNC are actually going to struggle against it. And then you're going to have to force the Darkseer into the jungle.
Right, but that's not so bad for the Darkseer, right? I mean, Slaughter might struggle a bit. Like, he probably will sap the bottom lane. And won't get much out of it. But Darkseer, I mean, he's okay.
Oh, quick reminder before we continue forward. Did you remember to turn on your Dota TV sound?
Let me check. It is on. I got the loud, angry mouth yapping away.
Okay, nice. All right, we're good.
Okay. Good call. You probably need to check on me in like 2 hours. Make sure I don't forget.
Overlay is good.
5 seconds.
One person just spamming give Dota TV sound. There is Dota TV sound, at least.
I'm pretty sure it's fine. Okay, yeah. He was actually the one who reminded me to ask you.
Okay.
It's probably working now. It should be fine. So, I mean, Shadow Fiend, seeing it a lot recently, pretty damn high win rate, right?
Yeah. I don't recall Shadow Fiend actually losing a game. I'm sure that's wrong, but like if he's lost games, it's quite low. I actually could check the
It
stats on
must
it.
be at least one loss, right?
Okay, I'll check it out.
Seconds to go.
I mean, I haven't cast all of the SEA qualifiers, but
5 seconds.
I think in the games that we cast, it's quite good. Let's see, Star Series.
You know what I want to see here now? You go carry Venge, and you go support either support Bad Rider or support Axe here. I think it's actually pretty good.
Shadow Fiend's
Wait, what about Shadow Fiend?
63% win rate. The other buff is being not very cooperative. Because now it sorts things by like series. It shows a team like 2-0. But that's actually not very helpful.
Oh, the Lone Druid comes out.
Because you can't see the heroes. Alright. You mean the sniper?
The sniper. The sniper with the pet.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Big brother
The
sniper.
World of Warcraft hunter.
Yeah. Man, Hunter is actually giving me PTSD. Because I used to play
There's ban.
Hearthstone. And Hunter is the class that just like... It's the aggro class that everyone plays and just wrecks face. And this guy. There you go.
10
It's a really good combo with the Darkseer as well. Just one Ion Shell and then the bear just runs people over. It does so much damage.
Do you think it's gonna be the carry? Lone Druid, or is it gonna be mid?
I think it's pretty good either way. I think Lone Druid does okay against Shadow Fiend.
Okay. I actually think the matchup versus Shadow Fiend is pretty decent. The mid lane is actually pretty hard to gank a Lone Druid in my opinion. Because he has the bear to like take runes, scout. More importantly, you know, fair people when he's being ganked on. But if he goes in the safe lane, he's gonna be great against Bat Rider as well.
Yeah, for sure. There's always that small chance where Bad Rider can actually outplay you though, especially before you hit 5.
Okay, how do you do that?
Maybe not so much with like Savage Roar, but there is actually still a chance you could mess up.
Actually, you could put a magic stick on your bear and it'll get charges as well, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that would be the play. Double magic stick, one on bear, one on hero, and just swap them. Come on.
Well,
One napalm,
if
2 charges. Let's go.
I don't think that's a legit strat.
I mean, I'm just tossing one out there. You could feel free to disagree here. Looks like TNC is gonna round out the draft with another core. Ideally, they want something that could give some sort of disable. And Viper.
Oh yeah, so yeah, safe lane in Lone Druid then, most likely. And Viper SF. This is like one of the classic laning setups.
I mean, traditionally Viper wrecks SF, but I think over the years people have figured out how to play SF better versus that matchup. And I think now it's more so down to like a limited time window where Viper owns the SF. Like once SF gets like 4 or 5, he should be okay.
Reserve time.
He does have to look out for that Slard Rider though.
Yeah.
I still think this is actually decent to pick up the Axe right now. It's a little greedy, but I think it works. Alright, so it is going to be carry Venge, and here's your incredibly strong tri-lane. I don't even think you go into the lane as TNC. I think you double Ion Shell the first wave, and then just go straight into the jungle. And if the creeps push into your tower, then Slardar should be there to soak EXP.
Yeah, Cold Feet in combination with other stuns at level 1 allows you to have like 4 to 5 second chain stun, if not longer. It's actually...
I mean, you don't even need that chain stun. Why would you need a chain stun when you can give everyone like 300 damage?
Sure. I mean, either way, right? Like you could chain stun or you could just damage and just kill.
It just takes one magic missile, and then Chilling Touch should be enough to kill off whoever gets stunned.
Now, actually, we saw this combination yesterday out of Geek Fam. They ran Venge as well as Shadow Fiend. But I think a lot of the success of the lineup was actually Velo on the Timbersaw that created a ton of space and did a lot of tanking in the fights. And I'm looking at this lineup, no one could really fulfill the role. I feel like DJ has to play the initiator and maybe tank a little bit. Same thing with the Ogre. But if they get ran at, which TNC will do at the mid game, I could see Execration just getting rolled over. Because this lineup is not tanky at all.
They can definitely build towards it, but they might be lacking damage if they do that. A lot of it really comes down to the Shadow Fiend to output. I think if you're going to itemize for it, I think everyone just builds fairly stat heavy, and Shadow Fiend's probably the only one who dishes out damage.
Okay. I mean, I'm also looking at these heroes, like AA in particular, maybe Venge as well. During the mid game, like Bear running at him is going to be a big deal. Like he actually, I don't know, can't team fight very successfully when that happens. But at the same time, you give Chilling Touch to your team and you can just kill the Bear. So it's definitely one way to play against that.
Let's take a look at these starting items. Is the Bear going to run for this? He's taking a lot of damage. He's going to try for it.
YOLO.
No.
Okay. By the way, guys, even if you're going for the range Bear build, I still think it's okay to get like some small items on the Bear early. Like maybe just a Orb of Venom, maybe a Blightstone or a Windlace, or just Brown Boots. And he's going to be fairly efficient like throughout the mid game, just with those basic items. Maybe a Stout Shield. No, DJ. Gonna take a Orb of Venom right click here, and now Tim's is gonna come around as well. DJ might be in a little bit of trouble. He does have the Brown Boots, but being completely driven away by the two supports.
And Ogre, he's helping out his mid for now.
Yep.
Which is fairly standard. Which
But
means
that's
that Sam H will get quite a lot out of this lane.
Exactly.
I wonder if it's actually better. DJ wasting a lot of time, but he is gonna go down.
I guess they just got chased down by Poison Touch and Crush.
Overstayed his welcome.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised he ended up going down there, especially with the boots.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how worth it is for the Ogre. I mean, I did talk about Nando needing help on this SF versus the Viper matchup, but even with the help that he's getting, look at Nando. He's just taking a ton of right clicks, and I do believe Tim's and Cuckoo is probably going to just shrine up together and just have a Grano day. And then again, Sam H is getting to level 3 by the time the Ogre comes back, so I think TNC is getting the small edge here. Not even counting the first blood on DJ.
Yeah, altogether, definitely. I think the person you really want to shut down is Sam H. I think with this kind of potential tri-lane setup, I think they should have just played it a little more safe and prevented the Darkster from getting anything.
Yeah. Well, it's too late now, right? Like, even if you send Ogre, like, double Iron Shell is going to just push him away.
Oh, mid lane? Is Tim's going to hit this? I think he will.
Easy crush.
Probably going to be an easy kill.
Yeah. I don't think they could get a second one, though, especially with Cuckoo out of mana at this point. Cuckoo, 2 points into poison attack. Not exactly something you see. Sometimes you see more Netotoxins as well as Corrosive Skin. What's your thought on actually leveling the orb here?
I think it's perfectly fine. He's applying pressure to the SF very heavily. So this is a perfectly fine build. Oh, Tim's? Crush on Ogre? Might be an easy kill.
He's dead, yeah. Unless Viper uphill misses, which if you saw Cuckoo, the way he's playing it, he's just like walk uphill instead of just like constantly right-clicking from low ground, so guarantees a kill. But meanwhile, it looks like Sam H just went down to the Venge AA dual lane. AA does have 10 seconds left on the CD for his Chilling Touch.
Ogre's coming in right now. He has to be careful.
Magic Missile, and that's the long chains that I'm talking about. He's trying to surge out of it, and he does. You need that extra bit of Fire Blast. And now Tim's is going to come in. Iron Shell can be on Tim's, but Tim's just needs to run. That'll be fine.
Very well played by TNC. They forced the Ogre down here and managed to not die.
Yeah.
Which is pretty big. And they're going to shine up now. And pretty much putting their safe lane completely out of regen. And this should be a really easy lane for Sam H now.
Yep. Now Ogre is going to go back mid. Seems like this is a nomad Ogre, man. Just going everywhere without a home. And the problem is these lanes. Either mid's gonna do well, or safe lane or off lane's gonna do well for TNC.
They're doing
Both.
well in every lane.
Yeah, they're both doing well. And of course, the safe lane up top here for Raven is Gucci. We are going to have a rotation coming in here, but DJ is spotted by Observer Ward. Cuckoo not rotating though, but supports have to coming in right now. Fairy Fire is available. He'll pop it. Is there Grave? Rior not long enough. He doesn't actually have Grave available, but Tim's coming out of absolutely nowhere. We'll just cog block the skank. Viper probably has to go base, but still pretty decent. Wait,
Oh, DJ, he has to be careful here.
I mean, DJ's an aggressive player here, but we'll eat a couple more orb attacks, but oh, the slaughter. Gets barbecued down the river here.
Yeah, that was just a little unfortunate. He just needed one more hit, and Cuckoo didn't feel too safe. He didn't want to throw away his life to make that trade. But Sam H, out of nowhere, surges
kill?
in. Yeah, he caught him off.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, this game's all over the place. I guess we could kind of look at CS to look at how we're doing. Shadow Fiend's actually taking over the lane compared to Cuckoo, with the help of Ogre and whatnot. But Viper is going to be able to recover decently with his passive to CS. The bigger issue is this Lone Druid. Like, he is having absolutely free farm right now.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
Yeah, the Darkseer pressure is just a little too much for Gabby to deal with right now. He's getting a little out of lane, but not nearly as much as the Lone Druid.
Yeah.
And this could be a problem when the mid game comes. It might be like a complete item difference once it reaches like 10 minutes.
Yeah. And you got to keep in mind the talents for Lone Druid as a carry talent is much better than Vengeance, right? So, as not just about items, when the level comes as well, I think Execration's core is going to fall a little bit behind. But a lot of the strength of the Venge carry isn't really about her individual damage output, as DJ might get cornered in here. Alright, they're stacking the disables a little bit. DJ might actually think about going on Rior, but here comes the Bear Man. Sniper.
Level 6.
Okay, I mean, he needs a root here on him, but no root just yet. Rior needs to heal himself. He is going to go down to the fire now. Now he's going to go on the Ogre. Ogre is going to go down. Tries to bloodlust.
Still has them rooted.
Okay, there you go. And I think that might be the kill. He needs one more right click. The phase boost is going to allow him to chase through, and Raven almost dies, but he has salve, and he will salve back up.
That was a pretty good attempt from Execration. They realized that Dazzle just doesn't have Grave.
Yep.
But unfortunately, that was 2 for 1. Not worth at the end of the day.
I think it's correct to not get Grave till 4 in this game.
I think it's perfectly fine as well.
Yeah, I think Poison Touch. Oh, looks like they're gonna be able to kill Samich. Poison Touch gives you so much benefits when you combine it with the Bear as well as the Viper. So I think that first point of Poison Touch has actually gotten them so much.
I'm pretty sure you have to get it just to harass a Bat Rider out of lane.
Yeah.
So overall, Viper, like you said, catching up. He's pretty much on par with the Shadow Fiend. A couple of denies ahead. But I'm telling you, this Sam H Darkseer, they're just giving him way too much.
I mean, they killed him twice.
You killed him twice, but he's already level 7.
I mean, that's kind of the average, right? To kill an offlaner twice. You can't ask for too much. So, I'm seeing the strength of the Venge carry, where most other carries, like a Juggernaut or whatever, like, when Juggernaut threateningly walks up to you, you just, like, walk back a little bit. But against a Venge, he's a Lee Stunner, and he could force a lot of kills. Okay, 55. Okay, nice turnaround here. Trying to dodge away. Tims is not going to get stunned up here. They have Surge as well, but look at the magic missile damage. Damn, Sam H thinks about going back in, but decides to Surge back out. You should not expect that kind of burst damage from other carries in the safe lane.
325, and he had Sprint on. He's definitely going to die to that. Wonder how much damage it did, actually.
Let's see. Casual 580.
A couple right clicks. Hell, you know.
They gained 320 do go from that engagement, so. Pretty nice.
So someone is patched. Do you see that? Someone is pinging out that Dazzle's level 3.
Okay, I think it's one of the
The
ops.
broadcasters?
Yeah.
It's definitely an interesting point to note. Oh, is he gonna just die
No,
for this?
he's. Oh, actually, he's gonna go for the Slaughter instead. Slaughter is gonna tank one for the team. He might not die still. Okay, Ultimate's gonna get dropped here.
Double damage on Cuckoo.
Oh, DJ's goes
Cuckoo
in.
has a lot.
I don't know about DJ going in here. That Napalm's doing
swap.
so much work. Swap to the low ground. Now Cuckoo definitely dead. Gabby looking for a magic missile. Well, carry Venge strikes again, man. That level 6. You don't normally see it this early from Venges, but I think that one definitely surprised Cuckoo a little bit.
That was just really well played by DJ. I feel like that was just a bait coming out of him. Like, he really looked like he was committing towards the Viper. And Tim's bought it and wanted to stop him from doing it, but he just immediately changed target on Tim's.
Right. I mean, you know DJ, 9 times out of 10, he's going in.
He's pretty ham.
Yeah. One of the most aggressive C players, which is saying a lot. Alright, Dragonlance phase boots up on Lone Druid. Talent not being selected yet. He has a skill point. Probably...
Yeah, he's got it. The
Okay.
200 range.
So he's hitting for how much range right now? Let's see. 890? Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Sniper status achieved.
I think with this... Okay, yeah, they do smoke. Yeah, I was going to say they definitely should be looking to pressure around the map now. Because I think this is all Raven needs.
They saw the smoke though, so TNC is walking right into a trap, or I guess instead of fighting, they're gonna just run. Okay, Ogre breaks the smoke, but are they gonna convert anything into this? No, they're gonna just
They're all
push.
TPing down here. They want to fight.
Didn't somebody just pour it out? Ice Blast is
Here
coming
comes
in.
AA ulti.
Yeah, if it hits on a couple of targets, this could be big. They see Sam H,
Sam H.
but where's the follow-up? Sam H can just surge away, swap back in into an immediate lasso. The Chain Stun is Rio. Rio tries to get off the grate, but he gets Magic Missile straight up, so he dies as well. DJ grabbing a double. Alright. I think we're going to see
That was
that
some
initiation a
excellent
couple of
play.
times. Yeah, the Venge swap into a lasso immediately. You mostly don't count on AA for like his vision advantage, but that fight, the fact that they saw the Sam H in the tree is just a big reason why they want it.
I think one thing to point out about Raven's build, I'm really surprised that he doesn't have that one value point in Savage Roar. I feel like it's just so strong. And it might have potentially saved some of his teammates there if he had it.
Just run your bear in and Savage Roar, hope for the
Savage Roar,
best. Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, do you really need the 4th point of Rapid, like right now? I guess the
yeah,
last...
that's how I feel about it as well. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. He's about to turn 11. He'll have that 1 point.
Alright, let's switch over to net worth here. Shadow Fiend falling quite a bit behind here compared to the Lone Druid, but it looks like he's gonna finish his Dragonlance. Does any of these Sniper Lone Druid actually go for like something like a Hanamitis?
I never see that.
Okay.
I'm surprised Raven got the ulti if he's gonna be playing this build. He only uses it to do the battle cry like once.
Yeah. Alright, I gotta stop missing kills. You gotta call me out on this stuff.
I'm sorry, I didn't actually see that one either. DJ just picked up his Blink Dagger and they managed to find Tim's.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I think my item purchasing is a bit weird. It doesn't always show me purchases. Or maybe I'm just blind. Who
You
knows?
mean the little thing that pops up on the right side?
Yeah. Because for something like a Blink Dagger, it should be popping up.
Yeah. I mean, maybe just did it during a fight or something and you weren't noticing.
Well, for free tier 1, bottom, Sam H has to be careful here. DJ doesn't have the lasso. It's a slightly weird angle, but they're gonna catch out the Dazzle. This is a really big kill.
Dazzle. Well, he's dead. So far, haven't really even seen a grave yet. DJ gonna get defensively swapped back out, and now TNC caught in a very awkward position. He's gonna run to the Bearman, and now here comes the Bearman. Are they gonna focus Gabby or on the Ogre? It seems like they cannot make up their mind. Now it seems like they're focusing Gabby. Meanwhile, on the backline, Nando drops a very good defensive Requiem. That's gonna force Tim's away. Might actually die to the Dragon. No, he looks like he should be fine. Meanwhile, they're still now going back in. Cuckoo under the tower, but he's fine, getting healed back up. Now Ogre is going to go down. The Bear is going to go down as well. Tim thinking about coming back in. But at the end of the day, that's going to be a 3-for-1 exchange. Wait, how did Rior not die in all of that? Or did he die and respawn?
I don't think he died at all.
Weren't we looking at him like just getting completely changed on at one point? I guess he got off his grave.
That was
Tim's?
That was DJ getting exchanged stunned.
Oh, okay.
Like he tried to dive in to catch the Dazzle, but everyone's already there, and then he got Viper ulted and Slardar crushed, and then Gabby swapped him out, but even then he just died to the poison afterwards.
I see.
And Rior was just hiding behind everyone else, so he was perfectly fine.
DJ has
the only person who was somewhat in danger was Cuckoo, I think.
I mean, you say the key thing was to shut down the Sam H, but look at his score. He's 1-4, 15 minutes in, no mech just yet. So I say they've done a decent job.
It's decent, but 1-4 doesn't really represent too much. I feel it's the fact that he's level 11 and pretty much has his mech completed. He's only like a couple.
Yeah.
Like 100 gold away.
I mean, considering the fact that they did it mostly with just 2 heroes, and Ogre was able to help Shadow Fiend for the most part, I think it's pretty good for Execration.
Alright, TNC, they're going straight into Roshan. They have that Maelstrom coming out for the Lone Druid. Bear's coming up in 5 seconds.
Gotta put that infused raindrops away so when he claps, don't lose a random raindrop charge. Also making room for that Maelstrom.
Probably gonna give it to Cuckoo.
Yep. But they're gonna lose 2 towers for this. Is that worth?
I think they're okay with it because with this Aegis they'll be able to take more than 2 towers.
Oh, they gotta defend the base first. And Execration. Yeah, immediately smoked up. Yo, that's an AA Midas finished. Okay, man.
I don't think it really means too much yet. It's gonna help him get his levels and farm towards that Ags, but we're not gonna see that for maybe like 10 to 15 minutes because like he just finished the Midas, and it really depends on how well they do in the next team fights.
Uh-oh, Viper gonna get found here. Should be a very easy lasso. Flame break.
But he does have the Aegis. His team needs to get here immediately.
Well, Slardar is gonna lead the charge with the sprint. He's coming in. Meanwhile, the Nando's gonna cut him off. Tim's Ice Blast is gonna be there here, and they're gonna get the easy kill. Tim's is getting found here, but Nando, great ultimate. It's gonna push everyone back. Meanwhile, looks like they killed the Viper. Finally, Nando in a lot of trouble. The Bear is actually gaining on him. But now, great initiation. But the counter initiation, Gabby's going to go down very quickly. Sam H drops the mech. And now the rest of the team is trying to run away. 55 is going to pour it out. Bat Rider blinks out. And Ogre Magi, is he going to luck out? No. He's going to get found here. And he'll go down. Bat Rider's still in the trees. DJ does have Firefly, so he should be fine.
I mean, overall, that's a great trade for Execration. Being able to catch out Cuckoo like that and take out the Aegis and kill him afterwards. That's actually pretty big.
Yep.
I think in return this makes that 2-tower push like way more worth it now for Execration, because even though you got the Roshan, if you lose your Aegis like that, taking objectives is not so easy now.
Yeah, and I think any kill on Viper is actually very key. Like the hero just doesn't farm very fast. Looks like he's going back for an Helm, which I guess ideally would help him jungle a little bit faster, but still, this hero, if once he starts falling behind, stays behind compared to most other cores.
And Raven, unstoppable now. He is so down farmed right now. About to finish his Mjolnir as well.
Yeah,
if you can't catch out this Lone Druid in team fights, I think Execration can't actually win the engagements. They actually have to kill Lone Druid first.
I mean, I don't think it's as simple as catching out the Lone Druid, right? Because they could lasso him, they could swap him. The last team fight, they got off a couple stuns onto him. The problem is, there is still Darkseer and the Slaughter that you have to worry about, which goes back to the first 2 picks that they made in the draft. It really makes the rest of your core that much stronger because they cannot be focused. If you do, you're going to just lose the team fight.
And I mean, while that is true, like, I think this Lone Druid just has way too much on him right now. You actually have to deal with him first.
Okay.
I still think you have to deal with him first.
So, what item do you think Lone Druid should go for next? Like, do you think he should go back for survivability just to kind of deal with the stuff that's coming in, or?
I think he's actually so far ahead, he could probably go for a more defensive item after his Mjolnir.
Okay.
Maybe like Scotty or even BKB if he really feels like the need for it.
Sure. Seen SOI a couple of times on this hero as well.
So we'll just have to see what he decides on getting. Look at this new Lone Druid build. He doesn't even have like the flat damage build item for his build, and he's hitting for 225 right now. 235.
I mean, his talent gives him 65. So
65.
Yeah.
It's a relic and some.
I would say that's pretty good.
It's not as good as the Lich talent.
I mean, you get it. What is it? 150 or 100?
I think it was more than 100, isn't it? It's like 120, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
I forgot how much it was, but it was over 100. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was 150, but I'm not sure now. Now that you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with 150. It's something ridiculous, but you're a carry Lich for that to work, and we all know how that turned out.
I mean, we've seen Sylar go like 1 and 8 or whatever it was. Actually, more than that. Well, nobody defending the tower. That means free push for TNC. TNC gonna try to reply back on the mid, and actually they push pretty fast as well. Dragonlance up already. Helm of Dominator ready on Gabby. There you go.
And they're just one tower away from being able to take the shrines now. Trying to wait out someone. Oh, DJ
trying to get the lasso off
here.
And look at the damage, man. The amplified damage. There's so much there. Now Rio are trying to cancel TP with something, but great purge with this little satyr. That's gonna allow the rest of the team to run away.
But this might be another tower for TNC now, because I don't think you ever want to fight without your Bad Rider. That was just so unfortunate for DJ. He had the right idea, but the range just wasn't quite there, and Tim's with a quick reaction just immediately catches him out. It's an easy kill, and there's no way you're going to swap him, right? Because you're just going to lead to even more deaths.
I think it's still a very overzealous kind of jump, in my opinion, because they have Dazzle, right? Like, you could grab the Viper, but I think Viper will survive long enough till Dazzle gets there with a healing wave and a grave. And suddenly the team fight can go the same way. Okay, they're going to go on Cuckoo. Cuckoo's going to eat the Ice Blast to the face. He's taking way too much damage, and even Grave won't save him because of the Ice Blast debuff on top of him.
Oh, they caught up the Lone Druid. This is really important.
Yep. Raven gets pushed back as well. The Fear not hitting anybody, and that's a double kill on the AA. That's going to lead him to his Blink Dagger very nicely. Sorry, or Ags, not Blink Dagger. Tim's going to pour it out.
This is exactly what Execration need. They need to find the Lone Druid, and they started off with Viper, not exactly like the easiest target to kill off, but thanks to the Ancient Apparition ulti, they just can't do anything, right? Once he drops to a certain health amount of health, and then Raven walks in, tries to save Cuckoo, but DJ with the quick response lassos him, and fight's just over if your Lone Druid gets lassoed like that.
Yeah, the duration of the Ice Blast will always outdo your Grave, unless it's like towards the very end. And it'll get even longer once the Axe is online. I think Lone Druid, seeing how that fight went, might actually consider getting a Lincoln Sphere. So he's gonna go finish the Hurricane Pike first, but I feel like there's a lot of single target initiation that you could block if you had a Lincoln.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Lincoln's is a very good item this game. Or you can go for a more YOLO build. Go for Silver Edge or something like that. Just hide.
Sure. I'm down for YOLO boats. Although I'm pretty sure, like, as soon as he picks up Silver Edge, there's gonna be detection up the wazoo.
Alright, smoke from TNC. Let's see what they make out of this. Does Sam H have Blink? No, he's just really tanky.
Viper gone back for a hood. This is a pretty bad sign for him at the very least, because he's actually not going to be doing much damage during these fights anymore.
Oh,
I mean,
they
crush. Okay, this a ward. Okay.
The Tinker Ward.
Yep. DJ gonna get caught, and without DJ, nice
Oh,
wall
big
combo.
wall.
And now where's the Slaughter? Slaughter's coming from behind, but Sniper just outranging. Look at him. High skill A click, A move on the ground. Swap the bear back in. They really want him dead, but nice fair here. Push him away. And now TNC with 2 dead, they probably could take a tier 2 for free. Yeah, this HP on the tower is just too low.
I wonder if he can hit it just now. Yeah, look at this. His tower can't even respond.
There you go.
He outranges it. It's great.
TNC going up the high ground. No Ice Blast for 10 more seconds. Axe is very close to be a finisher on the A. That could be a big one, but look at how quickly the tower is going down. Bear.
He uses his Midas.
Okay, Bear is going to get surged away. And TNC will defend, or sorry, Execration will defend. You can see Gabby looking for that swap back in, but Blink Crush, oh, the play, sort of. Gabby's going to force that back. The Ice Blast is going to be good on the Viper. Viper gets Grave immediately. He will eventually die, so he's going to try to output as much damage as possible. They find the Bear again, the Bear this time without Grave. He's also going to go down. Execration making the right plays, isolating 2 cores simultaneously in the team fights, and able to win it big.
And once again, it's very reminiscent of their previous engagement. They focus the Viper, and they use the Grave. They do everything they can to save the Viper, and that exposes the Lone Druid. And once you catch up the Lone Druid, the fight's just over once again.
I wonder if you just don't Grave the Viper, because if the Ice Blast is on him, there's no point. Maybe saving it for the Lone Druid is better, but at the same time, once people are on top of Lone Druid, he likely won't survive unless he gets off a good fair. Blink Crush, that's going to hit onto 2. Tim's going to run away from an Ice Blast as well here. Sam H gets hit by it, but now it's going to be the Radiant turn to actually see some buildings.
They have to be careful. There's going to be a vacuum coming up very soon.
Tim's,
vacuum.
Nice vacuum. The wall's going to be there. Tim's is going to go right in with the Grave.
2-man crush.
Okay, wow, the force snap in. Tim's is going to be fine. He's actually going to pop the Shrine to survive, and Ogre trying to run, but there's no running from Sniper. Raven goes forward, looking to actually pick off any stragglers. They do see the Venge. Venge is running so slowly by comparison. Look at this movement speed, 462 here. But he goes the other direction. Interesting.
He's got Bloodlust on his side, so luckily for him, that's just enough to help him get away, and they just go for Roshan now. So this is very reminiscent of yesterday's games. It's just, let's go down one way, and then go down the other way, and then go down another way again.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that these 2 team fights you could really fault anybody. Like, it seems like just one team is just playing particularly well during the team fight. Like Execration, if they had gone on 2 other heroes instead of the Viper and the Lone Druid, maybe TNC wins those suffice.
Definitely. The strategy still stands as the same. I think the best way is maybe swap the Dazzle. If you can kill the Dazzle without having to expend your lasso, and then you catch out the Lone Druid, that's like the best scenario you can ask for.
I mean,
they're doing it fine right now. They're throwing everything on the Viper, and TNC are very desperate to keep their Viper alive, and then Lone Druid just dies because of it.
I mean, the bigger question is, does the Dazzle even matter? Because if you have the Ice Blast on top of the target, no amount of killing
he's just
is
done for.
Yeah, so I don't even need or see the necessity to go for that swap play. I think swapping the cores are actually okay.
Alright, Execration are smoked up. Trying to find a target here.
Swap back in here.
In.
Okay, Force Staff number 1's gonna get used. Back wall, where's the Crush? Slaughter comes in with a 2-man Crush. Tim's gonna take a ton of damage. He will go down. The Bear's gonna die. Ice Blast hits on Viper. Cuckoo's gonna try to right-click Nando. It's gonna be fine for now. Grave goes on Cuckoo. I hear the lasso, and again, DJ finds the right man. It's gonna be Raven getting caught, but he does have Aegis this time around. Sam H dives behind enemy lines here. Gabby will keep himself alive. Okay, good TP out here from Ogre. At the end of the day here, though, TNC, with the help of Aegis, wins the team fight. They get a gem, and they get a tier 2. And you can see how big these Aegis are in these team fights.
There goes Radiant's bottom tower.
Yep. This is the third time the fight has broken out like this, where they throw everything on the Viper, and then catch out the Lone Druid. But like you said, this Aegis, the one thing that turns everything around.
Yep.
And Shrines are going to go down now because of it.
I'm seriously hoping Raven gets a Lincoln, because...
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think it's a very strong pickup.
AA? Well, that's a brave TP for AA. AA going for a Solar Crest. Probably to burn down the... well, whoever, but the Bear in particular, when they're focusing it. I was thinking maybe he'd go for something like a Rod of Atos, actually. When you see the Bear coming in, you could just root him. And just kill him. Nando.
I'm sure you could do that if you really wanted
Nando's Invis runs up, but it was a trap because, well, Tim's dying immediately. But a first hit root here. BKB gets activated immediately on the back line. Gabby comes in, going on Sam H, purging him away, but he now will Surge. And now, Gabby trying to run out.
No follow-up.
Ooh, the fear.
Ooh, that was so close.
Just a second too late. And looks like they traded Ogre for Tim's. Not a bad trade.
So Lone Druid, Raven is just going to go for BKB instead of the Lincolns, which I think is also fine because I think he's actually strong enough that if he has a BKB before he gets lassoed, he should be able to make it out and then force staff himself out or Savage Roar and then just get back into the fight.
I don't know, man. It feels like they just kill him in the lasso. I'm not
I mean, that's why he has to BKB before the lasso.
Well, I think... I mean, look at the damage output from Execration. It's mostly physical, right? Nando hitting for 325 without taking account of minus armor as well as Venge Aura. And Venge is hitting for close to 250, and she's got a bunch of attack speed. So I think if they lasso him, BKB or not, they probably come close to killing him.
I think they still don't have enough damage, simply because TNC are always fighting with Weave on their side, and I don't really expect them to go down to physical damage because of that.
Okay.
And BKB is now up. Still only sitting at 2,000 life, so he's still not exactly the tankiest. Like, he's going to go for Scotty next, and if he finishes Scotty, then he'll definitely survive a lasso. Assuming Execration don't exactly, stack up more damage.
Well, Roche is not close to coming back up just yet.
Both sides playing a little scared. Tim's does have a gem now. I believe it was DJ's. Yeah.
Yep.
It was DJ who had the gem earlier.
Well, Shadow Fiend, kind of the big winners of all these fights. He's really the one not dying. And as such, he's actually leading in terms of the CS chart, the net worth chart.
He's almost got that butterfly. This is actually a really big pickup for them. Because I don't think they have enough damage to burst the Shadow Fiend if they wanted to kill him first. They'd have to deal with everyone else first.
Yep. Was wondering if he's going to save for buyback, but I guess this game is really about winning the fights at the middle of the map and not about defending the bases, at least not right now.
Oh, they're marching down top right now. This is the last tier 2. It doesn't look like TNC are going to bother defending this. It's already dead anyways.
Alright, Execration could kind of even on the Shrine Gaming.
Well, they're picking out the tier 3. They want to force everyone back here. And DJ, no, he's not going to go for it. So satisfying listening to the lightning procs.
You watching Lone Druid farm?
Yep. I'm a big Mjolnir fan. It's like something like 2,200 gold away from the Scotty. How's he farming so fast?
I don't know.
You know what he should do? He should farm with his hero, and then he needs to. He should put Mjolnir on his bear to clear out waves.
That's
just walk the bears.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing. I think that's
Oh,
one of
okay.
Yeah, one of the reasons why he's farming so fast. I mean, that's actually the nice added benefit of this build, right? Because normally the bear is the primary farmer, so you can't do something like that.
All right, smoke and weave. They have a very good idea of where they are, but Execration completely dodging them. They must know they're behind the Shadow Fiend after Shadow Fiend showed up.
Well, the wraparound's big, but the wraparound is about to run out.
They're gonna have to go like immediately. It's gonna run out soon if they don't go for it. Oh, this is gonna be really big. If they catch out this AA, this could be a very easy team fight.
Keep in mind, he's really most of the damage. 55 is gonna move forward. Tims gets off the crush but misses as a result. And now Gabby looking for a swap as well. Tim's walking through the tree line. Swap. That's going to be Cuckoo. BKB gets activated. Nice defensive force. The Ice Blast misses. Now they find Tim's again here. BKB is activated. He hasn't lost a single bit of HP. He survives. Nando now getting right click. Cuckoo being focused up here to ping him out here. But Gabby not outputting enough damage. The heal's going to put him back up. And it's going to be Gabby, the first one to go down. Now 55 is going to die like paper. And now TPing out here from... Ooh, look at the damage here by the sniper. They ping out mid, that's 4. And I gotta attribute to the fact that AA misses Ice Blast thanks to the Force Staffs. And like you mentioned, the BKB on Raven, once he activated...
Yeah, as long as he activates it beforehand, there's actually no way they can kill him. And missing that AA ulti was huge. I don't think you can ever let that happen. I think at this stage you have to hold on to it until it's like in lasso territory.
Okay, they're throwing a bunch of stuff at DJ. Oh my god, DJ almost just dying to Raven.
Oh, that's one lane. Should be 2 lanes, or they might decide to go back here because everyone's about to revive. Yeah, they're gonna play it safe. All right, and Raven's got that minus 50 respawn time too, so if he dies, he's got that free bloodstone.
Yeah, I guess you just finish your Scotty now, right? Don't really need to get buyback. Yep.
Yeah, he's got it. You know, even though you go for that range build, I definitely agree with you on actually buying something on your bear, but his bear is completely naked.
At least a stout shield.
Nothing.
At least a stout shield, because he tanks so much.
I mean, I don't think a stout shield really does anything at this point, but earlier on, I would definitely agree.
Sure. Okay, it looks like they do find the Dazzle. That's free. And Roche, not up yet. Wow, that Ice Blast, though. A Scouter.
Well, nothing... TNC are kind of lucky that Roshan isn't up right now, because otherwise Execration would easily take it.
Well, I don't know. Sam H's got a blink, right? You can make some plays around the Roche plate.
I want to see the big vacuum stuns. I still haven't seen one of those yet, because I think Tim's got his blink dagger cancelled a couple of times. They managed to set it up for him.
Yeah.
And these vacuums have been pretty big too. He's set to like 3 or 4 heroes, but unfortunately Tim's hasn't been able to blink in and crush. But if they catch out Execration, I think the fight's just instantly over with that combo.
I feel like Execration has to be the one that's initiating for them to have a shot.
I think a lot has to go right for them. Not only the initiation, but a lot of other things have to go right for them now.
Well, Roche is going to get attempted here by TNC. Probably going to put the Aegis on Raven, Cheese on Cuckoo if they get it. But here comes Gabby.
Right now.
Yep, they're going to focus on Raven. Raven gets an Echo Shell on top of him here, but Blink Stun from Tims, who's actually grabbing the Aegis. Cuckoo's got the Aegis, so they don't need a Grave on him anymore. And now the right click's coming in from Sniper. He gets swapped back in, though, Nando. Great Force Staff up the hill now, but the damage output is a little bit too much. What a stun by Tims, getting 2 here on the backline here. 55 going to get caught out. He's going to die very quickly. The Lightning from Raven's going to get a double. And that's close to a team wipe. 4 for 1. 4 for 0.
I think that's game.
Yeah.
They just call it. think you're getting too used to calling Lone Druid Sniper now. You're gonna get confused eventually.
I mean, they are kind of pretty much the same hero.
What if we see a Sniper and a Lone Druid in the same game?
True. The big sniper and a small sniper. Tall sniper, yeah.
Okay, I can live with that.
Well, once again here, the Lone Druid build wins. Was it the Lone Druid or was it like Sam H, Tims, and Rior?
No, it was just the overall team fights in towards the later stage. I think Execration were fine, but the moment they gave up Roshan, and then they tried to take the fight the same way, with Raven having the Aegis, that was kind of like the turning point. And then they pulled so far ahead that even if they managed to execute the exact same way, they just didn't have the items to do the damage they needed.
Yeah, Execration played very well, but I think fell a little bit behind in terms of the economy game. And I think that's maybe where Venge Core don't necessarily farm that well. Like Cuckoo, for example, hasn't been farming too well, but Gabby has been falling behind. And I think the network graph just shows like they just kind of got out economy.
And I think the draft towards the later stages of the game just like was way stronger from TNC side. A lot of the abilities from their heroes just kind of counteracts a lot of Execration's damage.
Yeah.
Like you have the Weave. Weave just cuts out a ton of your damage, and then you have a hero who can actually buy the utility items for those big team fights. Like no one on Execration has the Pipe or the Guardian Greaves, and even Lotus Orb. Like Lotus Orb is a very, very good item for this game.
I think it was supposed to be Ancient Apparition, but I think the game just ended a little bit too fast. You could see that Ogre was trying to finish a mech, but that also took a while to get there. Whereas, on the other side, even though, for example, Rior's Grave, even though, like, essentially it doesn't protect the hero permanently, it still gives Viper or Raven, like, 5 more seconds to right-click. And that could be enough to determine the outcome of the team fight. But anyways, we're going to see TNC taking on Game 1. I'm not sure if this eliminates Execration from running, but it does not look too good for them, whereas TNC will continue on their warpath to actually go to #1 seed in the group. But for now, we'll go to a break, and when we come back, Game 2 of TNC and Execration will be here. Hope you guys enjoy the cast. We'll be back.